Day traders, stop it. This is one of the biggest reasons for day traders to lose money. And I'm going to share with you what that problem is and how to solve it here in the next, I think we can get this done in 8 minutes. So support resistance is absolutely critical. Even people who don't use indicators on their charts or moving averages, most of them do use support and resistance levels. They are a staple of trading. So even people not that much into technical analysis often use support resistance. So we're looking for major highs. All right, so we got major high over here, and we can draw that something like that there. And then we got another one down here. Actually, this one covers 3 levels. Boom, 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 boom. Now, here's what a lot of people will do. They will take this. By the way, this is a 5-minute chart. That's very important for this lesson. So we got a 5-minute chart. Oops, got to go over and grab that again. And you draw it off of there, and then, oh, well, this one broke through. Then it came back down to this one again. Then it was going up. So let's draw another one. We could draw it off of here, but, oh, gosh, price didn't actually come down to there. Then we could draw one off of here. Okay, then we could say, yeah, it almost kind of came back down to there. But now these levels are a little higher. So we draw them off of there. And then if you really want to get crazy, you can start drawing trend lines like this. And, pretty soon what you got a mess of just a bunch of lines all over the chart. And it's confusing. But here's the problem. You should not be doing this on a 5-minute chart. Even if you're trading a 5-minute chart, you shouldn't be doing it at a 5-minute chart, because all these little levels inside of a 5-minute chart do not mean much. So let's talk about what should you be doing. So what you should be doing is you should move this puppy up to, let's do a daily chart. All right, now, okay, scaling got all messed up. That's all right. And now we're going to see what are really significant support resistance levels. Now, when I say significant, there is a definition for what is and is not significant. So what is significant are swing highs and swing lows, price action that stand out to the naked eye of the majority of traders, because that's all that makes support resistance levels work is just, is a self-fulfilling prophecy. A lot of people see those levels. So when they see, for example, when they see a low, they're going to say, oh, okay, well, the last time what it means, okay, it's not just we're drawing lines, there's a meaning to these levels. What's happening is when traders, we've come down here, made a major low. Everybody on their gerbil can see that on a daily chart. Okay, there's a major high, so we would want to draw off of that level also. Again, everybody is going to see that major high really stands out, right? So these little in-between swing highs, nothing. Swing in-between swing lows, no, don't care about them. Want the big, big ones because, again, the only reason that support resistance works is because it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, meaning a lot of people see those levels, and here's the thinking. The thinking is, gosh, last time price got up to this, what, 285 or roughly 286, the market participants, nobody else wanted to buy anymore. They thought, ooh, this is getting expensive. And then when it got down this low, people thought, oh, this is a bargain here at 245 and change, so we'll buy off of that. This is cheap. So that's expensive. That's cheap in the eyes of the market participants. So when it comes back to either one of these levels, in this case, it comes down to support, 1, 2, 3 more times, get a nice rejection of value candle there, and up she goes. So that's why it works. Now, people's sentiment changes. So these lines are not, I don't like to think of them as lines in the sand because they are broken. And then support often becomes resistance, and resistance often becomes support, as you've probably heard. So what we have to do is look at a couple of different things. Now, first of all, I'm going to take this daily chart, all right? And let's take it down to, let's see, let's not go down to 5 minutes. Let's go down to 30 minutes. All right, and so now when we go back, look at that. If we're trading intraday on a 30-minute chart right now, sure, price comes right back down to that level. Remember, these levels were drawn off of the daily chart. So now these are the levels we want to use for intraday trading, because we know it's, not that many people trade a 5-minute chart. Not that many people trade a 30-minute chart. Some do, but anyway, a lot do. But as far as percentage goes, everybody and their parakeet sees daily charts. But depending on what time frame you're trading, 2-minute, 5-minute, 6-minute, 30-minute, 60-minute, whatever, it's less and less people trade those time frames. So we want to trade short-term intraday time frames based on the support and resistance levels of the daily charts. And this gives us great entry points. Now, there's one last thing that's kind of missing here, and that is that we need two things: timing, and we need strength. Now for timing, we need a timing indicator. And it's interesting. Very, very, very few people even use any kind of timing indication on their chart, which is totally ridiculous. Why is that ridiculous? Because a chart is a two-dimensional object, right? It's got its y-axis over here, price, and then it's got time down here, and that's your x-axis. So as W. DeGan once famously said, trading all comes down to the confluence of time and price. So support resistance levels, that represents the price part of the two-dimensional object we call a chart. But what about time? So the question is, okay, we can come down here, but when is it the right time for the market to move back up? Okay, and that refers to down here. Well, we need a timing tool. And so that's my market entry indicator, which sometimes I call it my cycle tool, but it tells me when, not where, but when to get into the market. So it looks a lot like this, and it'll expand and contract with longer and shorter cycles. So what we're doing is we're looking for the alignment of price. So when price gets down here to a proven support level on the very well-known popular daily chart, so that's the price, and we're putting it in a cycle low time, it's time to enter the market, boom, that's what we're looking for. Okay, confluence of time and price. By the way, you can get that cycle indicator of mine, the market entry indicator, absolutely free. Just go there. You can see the website. Actually, it's an old webinar that I did. Not an old webinar, but it's a webinar I used to do live. And I decided to record it because a lot of people were saying, oh, I can't make it, at that time. Because we get people from all over the world who watch my webinars. So now I've recorded it so you can go there and watch it anytime that's convenient for you. And yeah, the indicator is my gift to you, and go check it out and start practicing confluence of time and price. If you have any questions, you can always email me at barry@topdogtrading.com, and I'll be able to help you with that as well. But the timing indicator, market timing indicator, comes with a one video tutorial on how to trade it. I never give away the indicator without the tutorial because it's not intuitive. It's not obvious how to trade it. There's a couple of little nuances. Not difficult, but you have to be shown. All right, so that's it, my friends. Hey, subscribe to the channel, give it a like, put your comments down below, and we'll see you on the next video.